Tes ya. Udah siap belum teman-teman? Good to go ya. Oke, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good evening everyone. Welcome to the post-match press conference FIFA Series 2026 between Indonesia and Bulgaria. Now join with us coach Bulgaria Alexander Dimitrov and player of the FIFA Series number 16 Martin Petkov. First of all, coach Alexander will give.
Let's start directly with the questions.
Okay.
Let's start directly.
Okay, please any question and mention your name and media.
Yes.
Okay, from the Bulgaria media. Kasih ke mic. Ayo.
Господин Димитров, чува ли се, бе?
Да.
Господин Димитров, честита победа, честита купа. Предполагам, че още в самото начало казахте, че имате други цели, но все пак какви са емоциите, които в момента са бушуват във вас след победата и след матча изобщо? Благодаря.
Добър вечер на вас, Саламат Малам на Wartawan dari Индонезия. Разбира се, че емоциите са положителни. Винаги е хубаво, когато побеждаваш. Първо бих искал да благодаря на играчите, които се отнесаха изключително сериозно, изключително професионално в своето участие в този турнир. И в двата матча те показаха огромен професионализъм. И така смятам, че деца вика и показаха, че обичат страната си, обичат национален отбор. Също така да благодаря и на ръководството на Футболния съюз, че успя да се пребори да бъдем тук в Индонезия, да благодаря и на домакините за техното гостоприемство. Разбира се и на хората от посолството, които постоянно бяха във връзка с нас относно организацията и на посланик Таня Димитрова, който организира всичко. Така че благодарности, щастливи сме, но разбира се стоим здраво стъпили на земята и не се заблуждаваме. Продължаваме да си следваме целите, да си подготвяме отбора за турнира Лига на нациите, който започва септември, да обиграваме младите състезатели. Разбира се, че няма да забравим и опитните. Тук специални благодарности виждам, че Тео Борисов е тук, който ми помогна в разсъждаването на Соломонови острови. Благодаря, Тео. Така че щастливи сме и сега имаме повод да се порадваме.
The question was, what are your emotions straight after the final whistle of this game that your team managed to win? And the reply of Mr. Dimitrov was, I'm very happy and the emotions are really positive and it's always nice to win. I want to say thank you and to congratulate all my players because they've taken this tournament very seriously. They've acted as true professionals throughout the entire tournament. And they've shown during this 1 week here in Indonesia that they love their country, they love playing for their national team. I want to express my gratitude also to the Bulgarian FA because they managed to bring our team to this FIFA Series tournament here in Jakarta. I want to say thank you to Indonesia for being very welcoming, very friendly from day one since we landed here. I want to say thank you to the Bulgarian embassy here in Jakarta for all their help and assistance. Of course, our aim is to keep on building upon this success, to have this mixture of young and experienced players, to continue preparing for the Nations League games this autumn, and it's very important to keep our feet firmly on the ground. But today I'm really happy.
Okay, next. Yeah, yes.
Давай.
Sorry.
Problem.
Just good evening, coach. My name is Muhammad Al Fatir from Sumatra Post. First of all, congratulations on the win tonight. And do you have any response to, despite your winning the game tonight? I think Indonesia have a solid performance. And do you have any response to the Indonesia team with their performance tonight?
Много добре познаваме играчите на Индонезия, защото голяма част от тях се състезават в много добри първенства в Европа. Разбира се, че вашия тим е много сериозен, много добър. Аз го сравнявам с един средноевропейски отбор. Джон Херман много бързо наложи един добър стил, особено в изграждането на своите атаки. Там имахме трудности и смятам, че се изправихме срещу един много добър отбор, който има бъдеще и ви го пожелавам и в азиатските игри, и пожелавам успешни квалификации за световно първенство.
So the response was, we know your players and what they're capable of really well, and we know them because many of them are playing in some of the top leagues in Europe, and we are familiar with their qualities. And also, it's obvious that your new coach, John Herdman, has managed to quickly impose his style, especially when it comes to the attacking moves of your team, and the future is ahead of you. And I want to wish you best of luck when it comes to the games in the Asian Cup or the World Cup qualifiers. So all the best to this Indonesian team.
Okay, next. From the Bulgarian team.
Честит трофей, господин Димитров, Марина, и на теб за играч на турнира. Поздравления и честита победа на финала. Марине, на 22 статистиката, погледнахме набързо, показва, че вече имаш попадения, колкото Валери Божинов за националния отбор. Докъде си амбициран да стигнеш? И въобще, къде поставяш този трофей до момента в кариерата ти? Благодаря.
Здравейте! Първо, тук е момента да благодаря, както и треньора го направи, на целия отбор. Това включва футболисти, треньори, медицински екип, дори и домакина Иво. Всички така пътувахме доста. Климатизирахме се бързо, смея да твърдя, защото 15 часа разлика, 15 часа полет и 5 часа разлика сами по себе си са трудни. И така не искам да се сравнявам с Валери Божинов, защото погледнете той каква кариера направил. Аз кой съм в момента, че да коментирам, нали, къде се поставям спрямо него. Надявам се да продължа възходящо кариерата си и всеки един момент да надграждам над себе си и ако мога да помагам на държавата си.
The question was, Marin, you're still only 22, but you've already managed to equal the goal tally of former Team Bulgaria striker Valery Bozhinov, who used to play for some of the top clubs in Europe. What are your dreams or next goals that you're going to set in front of you? First of all, and the response of Marin was, first of all, I want to congratulate the entire team, all the players, all my teammates, the coaching staff, all the members for all their efforts, because it's not been easy. I mean, we came on a 15-hour flight, and then there is a 5-hour time difference between Jakarta and Sofia. So it's it's not easy to adapt, but I think we've managed to do this, and I'm really happy. As for the comparisons with Valery Buzhinov, I don't want to go into them. I'm still very young, and I keep dreaming, and I hope that the best is yet to come.
Okay, next.
Първо, поздравления за целия отбор. В крайна сметка всяко едно състезание е важно, особено тогава, когато го печелиш, така че наистина поздравления за целия тим. Към господин Димитров, споменахте Лигата на нациите. Кое е най-полезното, което ще извлечем от тези 7, 8, 9 дена по пътя към там? И към Марин, поздравления за наградата, която получи. Доколкото те познаваме, всички тези думи, които се казват за вас, не ти влияят чак толкова много, но цялостно вярваш ли, че и този резултат и следващите месеци ще успеете да обърнете това, което има като обществено мнение, да го превърнете в подкрепа към вас?
Най-важното за нас е, че успяваме да адаптираме много млади играчи в първи отбор и да ги подготвиме за турнира Лига на нациите. Всички тези срещи и това време ни сплотяват, обединяват ни и смятам, че ни помагат в развитието на отбора.
So there were two questions. The first one was for our coach, Mr. Dimitrov, and it was with the Nations League in mind. The games are going to be played this September. What are the best or the most important lessons that you've learned from this tournament and this participation in the FIFA series in Jakarta? And Mr. Dimitrov's reply was the most important thing is that we are managing to include all the young players in this team, and that we are united, and as time goes by with every training camp that we have, things get better and better, and things are improving all the time.
Според мен колектива при нас започва да става на много добро ниво и това нещо трябва да се пренася, това нещо извън мачовете, трябва да го пренесем още повече в мачовете. И друго нещо, което искам да кажа е, че когато играеш за държавата си, не може да ги делим на приятелски и на официални срещи. Всеки мач е официален, защото все пак ни събират, имаме една седмица заедно. Затова през тази една седмица трябва да се извлича винаги максимума и да се чака следващата повиквателна.
The question for Marine was there were some criticism towards you and your teammates. Will you manage to turn the critics into support? And Marine's reply was the team spirit is at a fantastic level in this team, and we are like good friends off the pitch, and we want to transmit this on the pitch as well. And when you play for your country, every game matters. That's why we are going to give our best for our country, and it doesn't matter if we play friendlies or official and competitive games.
Okay. Next.
Yeah. Coach, good evening. I'm Nia from National Radio Station RRI. Just one question. After this tournament, if there is an offer for you, would you considering to back again to Indonesian League as a coach if there is an offer?
Пак ще повторя, че бил съм тук, обичам Индонезия, чувстваме като втори дом, но все пак цялата ми енергия, мисли и работа е насочена към българския национален отбор. Като всяко нещо и това има начало и ние сме още в началото на развитието на нашия отбор. Ще дойде рано или късно и край и след това вече може да мислиме и за Индонезия. Благодаря.
Mr. Dimitrov's reply, as I've mentioned many times throughout these few days, I love Indonesia and it's like a second home to me. I always feel very welcomed and very special here. But right now, as of today, all my energy is directed at managing Team Bulgaria, and I don't want to be distracted or to think about anything else. I am fully aware of the fact that every managerial spell has a beginning, but also has an end. And when my stay at the helm of Team Bulgaria comes to an end, then I'm gonna think about whatever comes next.
Okay, next. Please, mic nya mana? Please, mic.
Здравейте от мен, честита победа и на двамата. Въпросът ми е към Марин Петков. При малко попита кой съм аз, всъщност кой искаш да станеш и тази награда къде ще си я поставиш. Тъй като на клубно ниво имаш индивидуални за играч на матча, за най-добър млад футболист и прочее, но тази къде я поставяш?
Ами, първо аз съм Марин Петков, не искам да бъда никой друг. Тази награда е за моето семейство. Аз страшно много ги обичам и я поставям за тяхно име. Не искам да казвам на кое място я поставям. Всяка една награда е важна, всяка една победа, всичко е важно и всичко трябва да се брои. Така че това ми е отговор.
The question for Marine was where do you rank this individual prize among the other trophies that you've already managed to win since you started your career? And Marine's response was, I want to dedicate this prize to my family, and I want to thank them for their support throughout all these years. But I don't want to rank my trophies, and every game, every prize matters, and I just want to give my best for club and country.
Okay, last question. Good, finish. Okay.
Thank you everyone.
Thank you, coach. Thank you.
Terima kasih.
Right in the middle there.
Oh. That was sharp. That's sharp. Did the same.
Tes. Oke, udah siap teman-teman? Udah ready? Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good evening everyone. Welcome to the post-match press conference FIFA Series 2026 between Indonesia and Bulgaria. Now join with us Coach John Hellman. First of all, Coach John will give comment about the game. Please Coach, comment about the game.
Selamat malam, terima kasih. The performance tonight, I think we can take positives. I think as a collective, we committed to a level of physicality, we committed to a style of play, but we came up short. And I think when you perform at that level and the game is there for the taking, you have to take it. That tonight had to be a win for Indonesia. Bulgaria are the 80th ranked team in the world. But I thought on the night Indonesia were better. Congratulations to Bulgaria. They won the match, and I think they managed the game, slowing it down, slowing the tempo, which was good for them because that's how you win football matches. But for us, it was there for the taking, and we didn't, and I think that's this group of players will learn from that. We'll grow from it. but we're disappointed. It stings. It really does sting.
Selamat malam dan terima kasihnya nggak perlu diterjemahkan, tapi mengenai performance-nya timnas malam ini ada banyak hal positif yang bisa diambil dari laga yang baru saja lewat. Timnas main secara kolektif, mereka juga membuat komitmen untuk gaya permainannya dan juga mainnya sangat fisik. Sayang sekali, tapi kurang satu langkah saja. Kesempatan sudah ada di situ dan kesempatan yang sudah diberikan seharusnya bisa diambil, tapi sayang tidak bisa dimanfaatkan dengan maksimal. Bulgaria adalah tim dengan ranking 88 di dunia, tapi malam ini timnas Indonesia main lebih baik. Tetap saja selamat untuk Bulgaria, mereka juga berhasil untuk mengkontrol tempo permainannya, mereka juga berhasil untuk memelankan permainan, tapi itu emang sepak bola, itu emang caranya dengan cara mainnya dengan benar. Sekali lagi kesempatannya sudah di depan mata tapi tidak bisa dimanfaatkan. Ini jadi sebuah pelajaran, yang pasti kekalahan ini sakit tapi banyak hal yang bisa dipelajari dari sini. Terima kasih.
Okay, for the question, please note media and name. Mic-nya tolong dikasih.
Good evening, Coach. My name is Muhammad Al-Fatir from Sumatra Post. And despite being lost tonight, I think we have a solid performance. Besides that, we couldn't score tonight. Maybe there's a lack of effectiveness in our final third. But how do you think about how we couldn't score tonight? And then about Calvin Verdong. And on our two matches, you have Calvin Verdong as a midfielder. Why did you choose Calvin Verdong as a midfielder?
Yeah, I'll start with Calvin. I thought his performance tonight was outstanding. He is a complete player. He has the tactical intelligence, he has the pace, the engine, the acceleration, and he can see a pass. So, you know, our style of play, you've seen it. We ask the players to be brave. We ask them to play centrally, which I think is important for Indonesia, given the style of players that we have. And I think Calvin is a big part of our future in terms of being able to control the midfield tempo. I mean, that's Bulgaria. That's a European team that's plays big competitions, and I think we controlled that midfield all night with players like Verdonk, Belpesi. I thought young Jena, when he came in, really showed his understanding of our system. And then Beckham Putra slotted into that inside forward, top of the box role. I think there was a lot of connectivity, and I'm asking these players to be brave. They have to be ready to adapt and play a new style. That's two systems of play we played across 2 days, 2 games. It just shows the adaptability of this team, which is something we wanted to show our fans tonight, that we could move from a 4-4-2 to a back 5 system, and then adapt in game as well with our structures. So yeah, proud of Calvin tonight. I thought top level. He deserved more.
As well in regards to the inability to score tonight.
I'll come back to that. You answer.
Okay, sure. Mengenai Calvin Verdong, menurut coach dia performnya luar biasa. Dia sangat lengkap, sangat pintar, apalagi dalam masalah taktis. Dia memiliki sebuah mesin yang membuat dia bisa akselerasi dengan cepat, dan dia juga main dengan keberanian yang tinggi, dan dia menerima peran untuk main secara sentral dengan baik dan lancar, dan dia emang tipe pemain yang cocok untuk bisa dimainkan di posisi tersebut. Dia juga baik untuk bisa mengendalikan tempo di lini tengah, dan lawannya adalah Bulgaria. Mereka adalah tim Eropa dan mereka juga main di kompetisi besar. Mengenai pemain-pemain selain Verdong, ada Joey, Ivar, dan Beckham juga. Coach melihat ada nyambung konektivitas antara mereka semua. Mereka juga menunjukkan keberanian untuk perubahan main gaya mainnya dari 2 pertandingan. Timnas main dengan 2 gaya yang berbeda. Mereka juga cukup cepat untuk bisa adaptasi, main dari 4-4-2 sampai 5 di belakang. Dan mereka juga berhasil untuk bisa adaptasi di dalam sebuah pertandingan. Dan coach sangat bangga dengan Calvin dan rekan-rekan lainnya.
Okay, next.
Masih dilanjutin.
Yeah, I think the attack tonight, we got into some really good areas. I think the combination play to break the Bulgarian press down was top level to get us into the attacking quarter. But when you look at the makeup of the team, we've got defenders playing in attacking positions. Miliano Jonathans, Marcelino, Oli Romne is coming into this with only 2 games under his belt in 2 months. I mean, and I thought Ola did very well tonight. So if you're asking why we can't score, I think you got to ask the crossbar. It was, nearly, for me, it would have been a world-class goal from Ola. And you can see the intent is there, but we have more quality to add into that attacking line. And, I think coming into the game, Donny Tree and Begum Putra, I think they showed their ability to impact a European opponent that is physically bigger, stronger. So I was quite excited to see the impact they had. Could I have brought them on earlier? Yeah, I think so. I think they could have came in early. But again, when you're playing against that physical style of team, you've got to try and pick the moment to bring those players in, where the game opens a little bit and there's more room for them. So, yeah, I have to say, I thought Beckham and Donny did really well coming in off the bench tonight. They showed that for the Hyundai Cup. I think they could be big players for Indonesia moving forward. They've grown in confidence in the few days. They understand the style of play. And I think there's a lot more to come from this team. We're just getting started.
Baik, mengenai kesulitan untuk bisa cetak gol malam ini, menurut coach mereka ada daerah-daerah di mana mereka melakukan serangan dan baik, mereka berhasil untuk memecahkan press dari Bulgaria untuk memaju ke area penyerangan. Ada pemain-pemain yang juga sebagai defender dimajukan sebagai attacker dan mereka melakukan itu dengan baik. Kalau mengenai kenapa gol itu tidak terjadi, mungkin harus tanya Tiang karena menurut coach itu ada kesempatan yang sangat baik untuk bisa cetak gol di mendekati akhir game. Kesempatan dan intent ada di situ untuk bisa mencetak gol. Mengenai kualitas penyerangan itu akan lebih baik lagi ke depannya, tapi dia sudah melihat hal-hal yang baik dari pemain-pemain seperti Donny Tree dan Beckham. Apakah mungkin mereka bisa dimasukin lebih cepat pergantian pemainnya? Mungkin, tapi ada juga pertimbangan untuk membiarkan kesempatan pertandingannya berevolusi dulu sambil berjalan. Dan ini juga ada banyak tanda baik yang bisa dibawa untuk Hyundai Cup. Kedepannya pemain-pemain seperti Donny Tree dan Beckham bisa memain peran yang lebih besar karena mereka sangat mengerti cara dan gaya mainnya untuk timnas. Terima kasih atas pertanyaannya, Mas.
Okay. Next. Yeah.
Hello, Coach Amniar from National Radio Station RRI. Just one question. You give a chance to young players to playing side by side with the experienced players. After 2 matches and a few style of play, have you found the dream team that you are looking for Indonesian team as just like what you want?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Look, I think if you asked me in 2018 when I took over the Canadian men's team, what the team would look like in 2022, it was completely different to what I started with. And this is part of the journey that we'll go on. Some players will stay and some will continue this road and continue to fight for Indonesia and increase the quality. But we have to win matches. I have to find players that have that absolute desire, the killer instinct, the passion, the will to come here, to fight, for you, for everyone, to ensure that we qualify for 2030. That's the mission. So I can't tell you now the dream team in my first year, because by the time I got to to the World Cup, you know, Alphonso Davies had appeared, Jonathan David, Tejan Buchanan, you know, players playing in the top leagues in the world. I think Indonesia is only getting started. I think we have more potential, and more players will appear. We'll, you know, look at Europe. We'll look at our local players. Again, Donny Tree for me is a player that has massive potential, huge potential to be a top player. And again, watching Rizky Rido, Beckham Putra, you know, they're three players that have shown a lot of confidence, and I trust them. I trust them to express themselves, and they're growing, and they'll only get better with the coaching, and they'll get better with the players they're playing with. So I believe the team you see now will be different in time. There is no dream team. It'll get better. It will improve, and we'll find more new players, and the players you see now will improve.
Baik, mengenai pertanyaannya, apakah coach sudah menemukan line up yang bagi dia sebagai tim yang impian, line up yang impian? Menurut coach sih, balik lagi ke pertama kali dia nanganin timnasnya untuk Kanada. Kalau saat itu ditanya apakah tahun 2022 bisa dibayangkan seperti apa, dia belum, karena di tahun 2022 sangat beda timnya dibandingkan tim yang dia awalnya menangani. Pemain akan berubah, ada sebagian yang akan tetap di timnas, ada sebagian yang tidak, dan dia ingin ada pemain yang memiliki keinginan untuk menang pertandingan, dan itu tugasnya untuk mencari para pemain yang ingin mewakili timnas untuk menang untuk Indonesia. Dan kalau saat ini menanyakan dia apakah dia sudah menemu line up yang tepat, belum. Karena saat itu juga dia bandingkan di Kanada, dia belum punya, saat dia masuk ke Piala Dunia, awalnya dia belum ada pemain seperti Alphonso Davies, Jonathan David, Tejan Buchanan, dan mengenai Indonesia nanti akan ada pemain baru juga yang akan muncul, pemain-pemain seperti Donny Tree yang tadi sudah disebut, Rizky Rido, Beckham Putra, sangat berpotensi. Mereka sudah menunjukkan kepercayaan diri yang tinggi, dan coach sangat percaya dengan mereka, dan mereka juga akan lebih baik lagi ke depannya dengan kepelatihan yang tepat dan pemain-pemain sekitarnya yang tepat juga. Jadi untuk sementara belum ada jawaban untuk pertanyaan itu, tapi tim ini akan jadi lebih baik lagi.
Good evening, Coach. I'm Erwin from Zona Sports ID. My question is, after two matches, what is the most important thing that you have to improve for this team? And the second one is, thank you for bringing the good vibes, positive to this national team, because this is all we need right now. Thank you, Coach.
Dream Cassie. The big thing to improve, I'll be reviewing the games over the next 2 weeks. I mean, part of my role is, at the moment I'm emotional. We wanted to win so bad tonight. We wanted to make history, and I always say, don't say too much when you're emotional. It's important that I step back. I review the games with a clean mind and look for the strengths first. I always look to see, you know, what we can be proud of and what we can build on. But I think generally, when you can move from 2 defensive systems in 2 days, I think we can build on this. I think we can be one of the most adaptable teams in AFC, and I think that will be one of our big strengths when we come up against the top teams. But if you looked at a gap, I think the gap is always time with the players. You need time. I mean, my players turned in on Thursday. Wednesday, 2 training sessions, and we had to work in the hotel, in the basketball arena in GBK, you know, doing extra work. And these players worked. They put the effort in. I was so proud. Not one of them complained. Another meeting, another session of handball and moving through our tactics. They were fantastic. So it is time. It's going to take, I need time with my players. So hopefully, you know, when we get the June window, we can get a longer training window with the group to really solidify some of those attacking third movements. How to attack zone 1, 2, 3 in the box, the timing of that. Because we got into very good areas, but the crossing, you could see they weren't clear. It wasn't automatic, and that will come with more work.
Terima kasih atas pertanyaannya. Mengenai pertandingan hari ini, saat ini tahap pertama adalah untuk mereview pertandingan laga yang baru saja lewat untuk 2 minggu ke depan untuk coach. Kalau menanya dia saat ini masih sangat emosi, dia sangat ingin menang dan membuat sejarah untuk Indonesia. Dan dia selalu punya sebuah teori di mana saat emosi jangan bahas terlalu banyak. Jadi saat ini dia ingin mundur dulu selangkah dan mulai besok akan review pertandingannya dengan otak yang jernih. Terutama yang dia akan melihat bukan kelemahan tapi kekuatan apa saja yang sudah dilakukan dengan baik agar bisa dibangun dari situ. Untuk tim bisa pindah antara sistem defense yang berbeda di dalam 2 hari, ini bisa membuat Indonesia salah satu tim yang paling bisa beradaptasi di AFC. Yang pasti ada sebuah gap di situ adalah waktu dengan pemain. Coach menyatakan bahwa ada pemain yang baru saja datang Selasa, ada yang Rabu. Dengan 2 hari saja para pemain kerja keras, mereka memberikan effort yang baik, tidak ada satupun yang komplain atas kerjaan dan latihan yang diberikan oleh coach secara taktis ataupun kerjaan secara latihan langsung. Tapi sekali lagi waktu sangat dibutuhkan. Jadi semoga di jendela Juni yang akan datang coach bisa memberikan waktu lebih banyak bersama para pemain. Dan di situ satu hal yang dia ingin perbaiki adalah di zona penyerangan. Di zona penyerangan malam ini mungkin semuanya udah melihat walaupun ada kesempatan untuk nyerang, dan ada beberapa kali kesempatan di cross di mana belum cukup jelas dan itu harus diperbaiki lagi, dibuat lebih tajam lagi, dan yang pasti itu membutuhkan waktu. Jadi itu jawabannya. Terima kasih Mas atas pertanyaannya.
Okay, last question.
Okay, Coach. Good evening, Coach. I'm Ferzi from Compass.com. Commiserations for the results.
Yeah, thank you.
We know you studied this team thoroughly before accepting the job, and now you finally spend time with this group of players, although not as long as you like. What have you experienced with them during this period of time that might be different from what you anticipated before you arrived? And then what kind of coach do you want to be for our national players who endured a heartbreak in World Cup qualifying before you arrived, Coach?
Yeah. I think this group has huge potential, real potential. I think we're just getting started with what I've seen in the culture. I think culturally we have some strong leaders, real leaders, people who walk the talk, and I think that's really important. Jays is phenomenal. Paez, Dix, Pelopessi, Verdonk, Risky Rido in the leadership group, Emil. I mean, the leadership group is solid. We have a really strong core. So I'm happy with that because they're getting on Zoom meetings prior to coming to camp. They're spending hours of time as we do our preparation. We've been establishing the code of our shirt. what it means to represent this country and what our non-negotiables are as a collective. And I've watched that group tonight go at it. They left it out there. So the things that I've seen written were coming alive. So we have strong leadership. I'm really impressed with the energy of the people. The Indonesian people have just a zest for life, a real happy spirit. They enjoy life. They smile, they laugh. I've enjoyed it. It fits my personality. It fits, what I want to bring here. And then tactically, to be able to do what we've done in a short period of time. I think I said this when I took the job. There were some other international jobs that, I was looking at. But I thought the tactical awareness and discipline of the group, I had a feeling it would be an X factor in AFC, and we have some real smart players. And what I'm seeing is the local and the diaspora players, they are becoming closer, tactically and culturally. And my job, as I said to them, I'm old enough now to be some of their dads. I have a son a very similar age. For some, I'll be a father figure, to tell them the truth and to set the standards. And to others, I'll be an older brother and a mentor. And together, Canada, my time there, I had a wonderful leadership group, Stephen Vittoria, who was on my staff. It was the leaders that qualified Canada for the World Cup, not the coach. The coach empowered a group, supported a group, mentored a group, and they took control of the team when the tough moments came, always. So I'll be building with the foundation we have.
Thank you, Fisri, for the question. Pertanyaannya, jawabannya mengenai pertanyaan yang barusan adalah grup ini, tim ini memiliki potensi yang sangat besar dan ini hanya awalnya saja. Secara kebudayaan, timnas Indonesia memiliki leader yang sangat kuat dan ini hal yang penting. Pemain seperti Martin Paes, Kevin Dick, Joey Pelupesi, Calvin Verdong, Emil Albero, mereka membuat sebuah core yang sangat kuat, tim inti yang kuat. Sebelum training camp mereka juga udah sering meeting melalui Zoom. Di situ mereka menyatui kepikirannya apa artinya untuk menggunakan atau memakai jersey Indonesia. Dan saat di lapangan dia akhirnya bisa melihat itu akhirnya diterapkan dengan baik. Menurut coach orang Indonesia secara keseluruhan sangat cinta sama kehidupan, sangat bisa menikmati hidup, senang, sering ketawa, dan ini menjadi kualitas yang sangat penting untuk timnas Indonesia dari sisi fansnya juga. Secara taktis sebelumnya dia belum menerima pekerjaan sebagai pelatih kepala di Indonesia. Emang ada beberapa penawaran yang lain, tapi secara taktis dia melihat Indonesia sebagai salah satu tim yang bisa jadi sangat baik developnya secara taktis dan jadi kuat di AFC. Dia juga melihat ada kebersamaan dan pendekatan yang semakin berkembang antara pemain lokal dan diaspora juga. Secara umur dia sudah cukup berumur untuk bisa jadi bapaknya untuk sebagian dari tim ini dan untuk sebagian lain cukup tua untuk bisa jadi kakaknya. Dan mungkin kalau sebagai bapak bisa lebih jujur, bisa membuat sebuah standar untuk mereka ikuti, dan sebagai kakak yang lebih besarnya bisa menjadi sebuah mentor. Dan membandingkan dia dulu di timnas Kanada, dia memiliki sebuah tim yang kuat juga. Ada peran-peran yang dimainkan oleh nama-namanya seperti Steve, Victoria. Mereka adalah orang-orang yang main peran besar sebagai satu kelompok untuk bawa tim ini ke Piala Dunia. Yang bawa mereka ke Piala Dunia bukan pelatih tapi grup ini. Jadi sekali lagi ini akan menjadi tim yang lebih baik ke depannya dan dia sangat look forward untuk bisa melakukan itu. Terima kasih.
Okay, coach, for the last comment.
Cassie, just wanted to say a huge thanks to you for staying up this late. Yeah, appreciate it and your patience, but also a massive thanks to the fans. Again, absolutely awesome tonight. Makes a big difference. I've not experienced this level of intensity in my football career, and I'm hoping to see Buncano full at some point. So, thanks again to the fans.
Terima kasih untuk semua fans dan untuk kalian semua udah menunggu sampai malam segini. Malam ini sangat luar biasa dan ini sangat look forward ke depannya lagi untuk intensitas yang sama. Terima kasih semuanya.
Okay, thank you everyone. Thank you coach.
Salamat Tito.